Morning. How's it going? I am in the middle of absolute nowhere, and it's great. This episode you join me deep in the South Australian desert, where I'm about to meet up with my dad on his adventure bike. We've been planning this trip for quite some time, and you're about to see us attempt to cross the country in a matter of days, from the desert to the Flinders Ranges, through the mountains, across to the coast, and then back down along the Snowy River. I'm excited to share this one with you. I left Mimily yesterday. Mimily was a little town where I've been working for the last week and a half, working with some Aboriginal artists at the art centre there, documenting their process of this new men's project that they're doing. So that's been awesome. Such a privilege to be able to come and just even be around that is super special. So I feel very grateful for that. I've had a ripping week and a half. It was sad to leave all my new friends up there, but the adventure is not over yet. So you can see here on this map, that's Mimily there. I've come down across there through Marla, fueled up in Marla, kept pushing south down towards Cooperpedy, and then you head east along what's called the William Creek track towards the Oodnadatta track. So it was here that I aired down my tyres in the dark to hit the corrugations and cross towards the Oodnadatta track. This is where I camped, sort of halfway along this William Creek track here. The plan today is to get down towards Farina, which is where I'll meet my dad on his adventure bike. Meanwhile, while I was crossing the desert, Dad had already left his place a few days beforehand in Tasmania. He travelled up through Tassie, spent a night on the boat over to Geelong.
Alright, I've just arrived on the ferry for an adventure. Taking the Africa Twin, which is the greatest adventure bike in the world, to Melbourne, through the rain, to Adelaide, stop over at Keith, and up to William Creek to catch up with Geordie. Enjoy. It's one epic adventure, better than all the other adventure bikes.
So the next morning, Dad jumped back on the bike, left the ferry and made his way through the rain to Keith, where he stayed in this little Airbnb that he was pretty stoked about, especially because it had a wood fire. Back on the bike the next day through South Australia and met up at my auntie and uncle's place. And then found himself in the Flinders Ranges the following day.
Good morning, Parachuna Gorge. Spectacular morning, bit of rain last night after a wet windy day riding up here yesterday. I was doing a motorbike post check and found a leaky front seal, very leaky, very leaky, even splashed up on here. So what that means, here's the deal. We have to get to Adelaide, see if we can get that sorted, make a few calls this morning. Today's Monday. We have to be in Farina by Thursday, so I need to get that seal fixed, back to Adelaide, seal fixed, back to Farina by Thursday. There's the mission, folks.
And that's exactly what he did. He made his way all the way back down to Adelaide and then back up to the Flinders Ranges, where he spent the night before he was to meet me the next day on the Oodnadatta track. After a quick coffee, I rolled up my swag and packed up camp and pushed back onto the William Creek track. The night before I'd filled up my water tank in the headboard of the canopy, so I had 35-40 litres of water in there, 20 litre jerry spare fuel for Dad, and also 20 litres of diesel spare for me. So we were ready to rock and roll. I had plenty of food and water. Mission was to find Dad. I just had to pull over because This is my favourite part of this track. So the William Creek Road, the road between Coober Pedy and William Creek, it travels through a cattle station called Anna Creek. Now, according to HEMA Maps, Anna Creek Station is the biggest cattle station. Is it in the country or in the world? I think it's in the world. Look, I'm happy to be fact checked, but I'm almost 100% sure Anna Creek Station is the biggest cattle station in the world. So you can see down there in the distance there's some cattle yards on the flats. There's something special about the desert, and people go, oh, what do you like the desert for? There's nothing out there. That's sort of the point. And we have officially joined the Erdnadata track, which generally is in better condition than the road where we're just on, that William Creek Road. Man, that road has some serious rocks. Righto, well, I'm driving up to the lookout here at Lake Eyre South, and I'll be completely honest with you, can't see a lot of water. It must have receded already, or it's still filling, one of the two, but it hasn't made it all the way down to the southern corner. You can get in there like at the middle of Lake Eyre, but it's a fair old drive. I've done it once and it was cool. It was a pretty rough track, but it takes a while. I don't have that sort of luxury of time because we're covering such a big distance. I'll hop out and get some better footage of it for you. And also, I'm hungry and tired. I'm considering making a coffee. I hate stopping. I really don't enjoy stopping when there's K's to be covered. Oh. Time to stop. Maybe make a coffee. Maybe.
Which we are in. And Marty said this. We're going to hear a lot about Vegas this week.
Well, we're going to hear about a lot of breasts. And that's the exciting bit.
Absolutely. We have quite had breasts.
Rightio, well, I've just left Maree. We're back on the bitumen for a brief period of time, so I've aired up. I managed to make contact with Dad as well. He's just pulled up. He's just arrived at Farina Campground, so we're on here, and then I think we're going to spend this afternoon just planning and working out what our route is, where we're going to go. There he is. Funny seeing you here, bros. So you don't want to do the Strozaki?
No.
Why not?
Because it's gonna rattle my bones to pieces too. We go from here and we go O'Leary Cockburn. So I went to the doctor.
No.
I said, I got a problem.
No, you didn't.
He said, what's your problem?
So after some very serious and thoughtful deliberation over the maps and also looking at the radar, there was a fair old weather system on its way, really sweeping across the whole bottom half of the country. We had to make a new plan on the fly. It was a very loose plan, but basically it was to head east as fast as we could. So the thought with that was, if we could get east really, really quick, we'd have more days not in the rain. This weather system was following us from west to east. So get east as fast as we can, and we've got more nice weather. last night I had a ripper feed and just sat around the fire, sort of trying to work out a new route. Like, it looks like we're going to have to change our plan a bit. We went to bed with a new plan and then woke up. Dad had been doing some thinking and studying the weather pattern a bit more, and yeah, it looks like this system basically is going to be following us the whole way east. It's covering the whole southern half of the country. So, you know, you go, oh yeah, sure, it's a bit of water, but if you're out on some bush track and like the Strzelecki track and you get a night of rain, the track can become impassable or get closed. Yeah, anyway, so it's not ideal. So we're trying to avoid that, and also especially on a motorbike, like, it's just yeah, a big weather system can fully ruin your trip. Man, have a look at this. That's the rough plan. But right now, so we're cutting down through like Lee Creek area, coming down through the Flinders Ranges today. So we'll drive through the whole of the Flinders Ranges, or sort of past it. This is where I grew up camping out here. It's bloody beautiful. I don't need to rave on about this again. You guys have always heard me talk about how the Flinders are probably my favourite place in the world, I reckon. Anyway, so I got my coffee and we're chugging along. I'll meet Dad at the bakery in Hawker, which is like the southern end of the Flinders Ranges, and then we push on. Found a good bit of firewood, and it's not in National Park, so these moments are hard to come by, and it's good red gum. Rightio, well, we have covered some Ks today. We're sort of approaching the Victorian border on our mission to outrun the rain. It's been a big day. I reckon Dad's quietly knackered. Meanwhile, luxury. Listening to a podcast. We've got nice coffee. Meanwhile, back on the Africa Twin, Dad's had to put another layer on, quickly filled up his water bladder, and that's about as good as it gets for him. Righto, onward. I think Dad's found us like a cabin at a caravan park in Mildura. So we'll pull up in Mildy City for the night and get going real early tomorrow, because we've got an even longer day tomorrow. Oh look, I'm not going to talk for long because I need to really concentrate here, but there's a lot of kangaroos out tonight. We've seen a few on the road, a few splattered across the road, and we've still got an hour of driving left. It's about, yeah, as risky as it gets to hit something, particularly on a motorbike like it. You know, without sounding too dramatic, it's a bit more dangerous for Dad than it is for me. So we're taking it pretty easy. Dad's sitting like a couple of car lengths behind me. I've got my high beams on so he can see further ahead. But yeah, it's going to be we got to be careful for the next hour. I mean, always be careful, but particularly now. Alright, so over the last couple of days, me and Dad have just been booting across the country, staying in front of this big weather band. Now we're out at the foothills of the mountain. We've had a couple of long days through the Riverland, and now we've popped out at the foothills of the snowy mountains, right? And then just now we're leaving town, stayed in a little Airbnb last night, and Dad calls me, he goes, mate, look to your right. It's bloody, I think it's Mount Kosciuszko up there. So I'm getting the drone up. I've got to show you this. Mate, what a trip this has turned into. So we're going to boot across through the foothills of the mountains, but we're taking the back tracks. None of this main road business. Taking the back tracks round through the foothills of the mountains, and we're going to try and aim for the New South Wales coast. How much do you want? That's a fair bit of cake. Oh, he's in the pocket knife. Like mad dogs. Is it good? Yeah. Rightio, well, we've just crossed over the ACT border. So it's called the Brindabella Road, and it basically crosses over from like Tumut. Yeah, I'll just show you where we are. This is us here. So this here is the Kosciuszko National Park, and it basically skirts across the top of the Kosciuszko National Park rather than going all the way along here on that main highway. See that? That's the Hume. So we would normal people have to go all the way around there through Gundagai, Yass, whereas instead we've just cut straight across. We're cutting across the top of the Kosciuszko National Park. We've just crossed the border into the ACT in the mountain range. That's pretty cool. Always take the back road. Heaps more fun. Yep. Looking back on this trip, I don't think I realised what a mission it was at the time, but we literally went from the desert through the snowy mountains, through the Riverland, all the way over to the coast in New South Wales in a matter of days. This was such a great adventure that it only just started with my dad, and I don't really think I knew how special it was at the time. It made me sort of think, I hope my boys want to do adventures with us like this when they get older. Alright, show me your secrets. Come on.
So, Matt is a secret. You've seen the way I blow that up. I don't blow it up. I have a bag that you roll up, and it blows up. This sleeping bag is a very special sleeping bag.
Why?
Because it keeps you warm but not too warm. And it packs down very light. And look at this tree. See that pillow? That's not moving around, is it?
Why do you need, why does that matter if it moves or not?
How many times have you been camping and you've lost your pillow? Nope.
Never, not once.
I've lost it many times, mate. So that's another secret.
You always reckon you've got the best gear.
Yeah, well, that's because I do, mate.
You've always got a better way to do something, don't you?
Always a better way, Chief. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better than your best. John Webster. AKA. That's not my saying, that's John Webster's.
Was it?
Yeah, John
Oh.
Webster.
What a legend.
On the television.
Rightio, well, we had a nice night last night sitting around the fire. We camped in a spot just down sort of the southeast corner of New South Wales. Beautiful spot on the coast. Went for a little walk last night and then had got the fire going, had a good barbecue, and yeah, that was a really nice night. And then sitting around the fire last night, we went, I wonder if we could still do the Barry Way, which is the track we wanted to do originally, which sort of cuts down along the Snowy River down south towards Melbourne. So we've decided overnight we're going to boost back across a little bit to Jindabyne, because we're not that far here. We're basically directly in line with Jindabyne. So from this point we go pretty much straight west to Jindabyne for an hour or so, and then we're down into the Barry Way and we're going to follow the Snowy River down south. It's looking dark.
Looks dark on the camera down there, doesn't it?
Yeah. You might
That's all going that way.
that way. Yeah, it's what's over the other side of those mountains that's the problem. Oh, your problem. It's your problem, actually. I've just realised.
It's not your problem, Jed.
Nope. I might just turn the heater up a little bit, I reckon. Dad's just adjusting the tightness of his chain, but while he did that I used this toilet, and I'll have to show you what could be. This could go down in history as the greatest view for a toilet in the world. So picture this, sitting here on the long drop. That's the Snowy River. Unbelievable. Have a look at this. You're kidding me. This is the Snowy River, so it does what it says on the tin. This is going to be a cold one. This is water running straight off the mountains, but you can't see water like this and not jump in. How beautiful. Whoa! Well, that's the end of the trip, gang. We're a couple of hours out of Melbourne. Poor Dad's absolutely punching into the wind, and there's rain on the way. He's gonna get soaked, but good thing it's the last day he can dry out in Melbourne. It's been an awesome trip, you know, from the desert through the mountains to the coast, down through the Snowy River. Man, what a trip. Great to spend quality time with Dad. These moments and opportunities are rare. You know, I'm excited to go home to my family, but I have to remember I'm not going to be able to do this for a long time now. And yeah, so these moments are special to me. It's been good to sit around with Dad and have a laugh and reflect on life. Yeah, it's been good. Hopefully I get to do this sort of thing with my boys. Hopefully my boys want to hang out with me too. Anyway, hooroo, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and when we get home we're going to be getting ready. We're going to start getting the caravan sorted and we're going to get out on the road with the fam. I'm excited. Don't know where we're going to go. Where to next, hey? Who knows? Chat to Sambo, see what she feels like doing. Radio! Onward.